The following is a paid program presented by Jersey Sports Zone and RWJ Barnabas Health.
Jersey Sports Zone! Jersey Sports Zone!
Welcome to another edition of Jersey Sports Zone TV, presented by RWJ Barnabas Health. I'm Rich Krampanis. Every day at JerseySportsZone.com, we shine the spotlight on New Jersey athletes, knowing they're destined for great things well beyond high school, both on and off the field. This week's show is quite a celebration, as one of our own made it all the way to Yankee Stadium in opening day. We were there at the beginning of the journey for Anthony Volpe, and Jay Cook starts off this week's show from Del Barton.
Thanks, Rich. I'm here at Fleury Field on the campus of Del Barton, where the varsity squad warms up for the start of the 2023 season. Across the Hudson River, one of Del Barton's all-time great players is also ready for opening day.
Making his major league debut, number 11, Anthony Volpe.
It was probably the most fun day of my entire life.
In the Bronx, opening day morphed into Volpening Day. An electrified crowd of over 46,000 fans graciously welcomed 21-year-old New Jersey native Anthony Volpe as the New York Yankees' new starting shortstop.
I couldn't have even ever dreamed that that's what it was going to be like. But it was a special moment to feel and experience and just feel welcome.
Volpe ingratiated himself as a fan favorite early on by kissing the pinstripes during his first roll call. It's a gesture he borrowed from the reigning AL MVP, Aaron Judge.
I kind of started it on the spot just because I remember he did it last year. So right when I kind of brought it up, he gave me the thumbs up. So I knew that's what I had to do.
To truly understand Anthony Volpe, you have to take a trip back in time. In 2019, Volpe was tearing the cover off the ball as a senior at Del Barton. The lifelong Yankee fan had his first dream come true on June 3rd, 2019, when the Yanks drafted him in the first round with the 30th overall pick. Only 3 days later, he was smashing a leadoff home run in the Green Waves state championship win. We learned a lot in his first true Yankee moment.
They can count on me being the hardest worker that I possibly can be, and to do everything humanly possible for every day that I step on the field to help do whatever it takes to win.
Fast forward to Thursday, and his core group of family, friends, and loved ones were there cheering him on in the bleachers. Del Barton's baseball team took a class trip to Yankee Stadium for support. Bruce Chattel, who was Volpe's high school coach at Del Barton, was not surprised about him making it to the show.
The extra BP, the extra ground balls, how he played the game between the lines. And I think, they started to get a taste of what kind of fabric he has. And, he wasn't the biggest guy on the field. He wasn't the fastest guy, but they drafted a baseball player, and I give him credit for doing that.
The kid contributed in a 5-0 win over the Giants with a walk in his first at-bat, a stolen base, and numerous plays in the field.
All those pitches on the corners, I'm gonna at least try to give to the pitcher. So, and then stealing second. Again, a lot of credit goes to our coaches and our scouts and everyone that helps us put in work there. So,
but his best play came before opening day. Volpe wore number 7 for years, but in pinstripes, that belongs to Mickey Mantle. So Volpe personally called former Yankee Brett Gardner and asked for his blessing to sport number 11. Gardner gave the thumbs up.
I got to talk to him on the phone, and it was a really good conversation. I really appreciated him taking the time and Obviously, we have leaders in the clubhouse, but I think he played a huge role in making those players leaders and taking them under their wing the same way those guys are now taking me under their wing. So I couldn't thank him enough for the stuff he did and the impact he still has.
Now, it's one game down, 161 more to go. He'll enjoy every moment of this year's journey with a clubhouse full of pros.
Everyone's pulling on the same rope, and I recognized that from the first day of spring training, how focused everyone was, and that's what I obviously wanted to make the team as much as I've ever wanted something, but seeing that and seeing how bad everyone wanted this took it to the next level for me.
But for him, Thursday afternoon was a day that would make 10-year-old Anthony Volpe proud.
Since I could remember, all my grade school, what I wanted to be when I grew up was New York Yankee, so it's a dream come true.
Reporting for Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Jay Cook.
Time for us to take a break. When we come back, we look ahead to high school softball. Mike Frankel heads to Toms River to profile Julia Apostolakis and the Donovan Catholic softball ace. That's what Jersey Sports Zone continues.
If you need to see a doctor, RWJ Barnabas Health has 2 easy ways to do it from anywhere. You can see an urgent care provider 24/7 on any device with our Telemed app. Or use our website to book a virtual visit with an RWJ Barnabas Health Medical Group provider or specialist, even as a new patient. You've taken every precaution, and so have we, so don't delay your care any longer. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Get back the life you love.
We're here at Red Bank Catholic, home of the Caseys, the #1 preseason team in baseball. We're going to shift our attention now to softball, where Mike Frankel has the story of a Donovan Catholic ace who's poised for another huge season.
Whether she's bashing with the bat or popping the glove, Julia Apostolakis is dominant for Donovan Catholic.
We see the best in Julia when the competition's at its highest. And, when you can say that about an athlete, that you're talking about an elite athlete.
I kind of just let the game, I trust myself enough to know whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So I don't try to do too much, because sometimes too much is too much and it brings you down instead of just having fun, and then that brings you up to the top.
Apostolakis has led the Griffins to the top with back-to-back non-public A state championships in each of the last 2 seasons. Haddon Heights did stun Donovan Catholic in the Tournament of Champions last spring. The TOC is gone for 2023, and so is the pain of that loss for Apostolakis.
We still play a pretty good competition. We still want to prove that we're the best, and it's just one game, and one game doesn't define us. I know we're the best in the state, and I think a lot of other people do, and we're going to prove it this season.
The Griffins return plenty of talent, but the team will once again count on Apostolakis to do a lot of the heavy lifting. Literally. The South Florida commit generates a lot of her power on the field from the weight room.
I do powerlifting. I need to thank Coach Stepp for that. I started out with only 3 girls, and now we have 13, 14 girls, and that's more than the boys at this point. But I just broke a world record and a state record, so it's pretty awesome being able to say that.
It all plays out. All of that hard work plays out on the field every day. So, passing the torch, inspiring other players to go and start lifting. That's helped our program tremendously.
Even with missing a season because of the pandemic, she heads into her senior year with 20 home runs, 95 runs batted in, and well over 400 strikeouts. Julia Apostolakis is carving out a lasting legacy at Donovan Catholic. But Apostolakis knows legacy is a matter of perspective.
Because the game only gets you so far, and it's going to be over soon. Believe it or not, the game is going to be over in less than 10 years, and I want people to remember the person I am and the teammate I am, and I think that's why I'm so team bonding, team this, team that, because being a leader is all about that, and that's who they'll remember at the end of the day. If you're a good or bad teammate, not if you hit 12 home runs or 3 home runs in one game and 12 home runs in a season. They're going to remember, she picked me up when I was down, and that's the type of girl I always want to be around.
Now let's meet some other softball players to watch this spring. Sophia Bordy took the state by storm in 2022. As a freshman, she led Haddon Heights to a state championship and the Tournament of Champions title. In the circle, she finished with over 300 strikeouts and had an ERA of 0.57. Bordy can also bash at the plate, hitting .366 with 9 home runs last season.
Hillsboro's Sarah Davenport holds the title as New Jersey's reigning strikeout queen. The Raiders ace led New Jersey with 336 punch-outs during her junior season. Davenport started all 24 games for Hillsboro, won a Somerset County championship, and logged a minuscule 0.41 earned run average. Catcher is one of the toughest positions in softball, but Roxbury has a difference maker in Kendall Fessel. The junior hit .442 a year ago and drove in 25 runs as the Gales collected 24 wins and captured the Group 3 state title. Fessel is a tough defender, giving Roxbury a viable weapon behind the plate.
Juliana Raymond went on a streak of 15 games where she didn't give up an earned run on the way to Watchung Hill's Group 4 state championship. Raymond fanned 150 batters in the Warriors' 27-2 season and will battle Hillsboro as the top team in Somerset County.
Let's take a look at some of the best baseball players, pitchers, hitters, and hybrids that will take the mound and the batter's box in just a matter of days. The reigning non-public A state champions graduated a lot from last year's squad, but Eric Becker is back for 2023. Becker led the Ironmen in hits, runs, and home runs a season ago, and his .370 batting average makes him one of their most valuable players. The Virginia commit will hold down the fort at shortstop when opening day arrives, as Bosco looks to return to Veterans Park in Hamilton when it's all said and done.
Egg Harbor Township features a potent 1-2 punch on the mound in Justin Sweeney and Cameron Fluke. Sweeney is a senior Rutgers commit who finished with 75 strikeouts and a .240 earned run average in 2022. Fluke is a senior committed to Coastal Carolina. He had 63 Ks a year ago, and Fluke's fastball tops out in the mid-90s.
New Jersey's premier backstop is St. Joe Metuchen catcher Mark Jalusi. After hitting .510 as a junior, the reigning GMC Player of the Year is set to play college baseball at the University of Virginia. Jalusi brings great skills behind the plate as he looks to guide the Falcons back to the top of the Greater Middlesex Conference. Ranny's A.J. Gracia has to be in the conversation as the best pitcher-hitter combo in the state. The Duke commit belted 12 home runs with a .492 batting average and a slugging average of .1185. In the state playoffs, the lefty threw 10 2/3 innings without giving up an earned run, including the Panthers' state championship win over Immaculata. With a big senior season, Gracia could be the next New Jersey baseball player to earn a high selection in the MLB draft. North Brunswick's Zach Konstantinovsky is a prized recruit for the Rutgers baseball program. The right-hander was 9-1 with a 0.73 ERA for the GMC champions. His strikeout-to-walk ratio is an amazing 120-2. He also brings a big bat to the Raiders lineup with 4 homers and a .369 batting average.
Alex Kranzler's versatility makes him arguably the best player in all of North Jersey. The Ultapan ace was lights out on the mound with a .67 ERA and 115 strikeouts in 73 innings. There are no surprises. He will have the ball every 5 days. Kranzler was also a menace at the plate, who logged a .514 batting average and had a team-high 26 RBIs last season. He's committed to play at Vanderbilt. Any conversation about New Jersey's elite hitters has to begin with Ryan Jaros. Cranford's all-star third baseman has a professional approach at the plate. He can spray it anywhere he wants on the diamond. Jaros' eye-popping .478 batting average last season was one of New Jersey's best. The Georgia Tech commit will look to build on career highs he set last season with runs, hits, RBIs, and stolen bases.
Duke McCarron is a Maryland commit who has a ton of big game experience for Ocean City. He finished his junior campaign with a 196 earned run average and 53 strikeouts. As a sophomore, he pitched nearly 4 innings of shutdown relief in the state final to help OC win the title. McCarron also had 5 homers a year ago, and he can flash the leather in the field.
When it comes to power arms, Middletown South's Ben Shield will have scouts flocking to the shore. Shield had 95 strikeouts in 9 starts, reaching double-digit Ks in 7 of 9 games. He had a 16 strikeout no-hitter to start his junior season and finished with a 14 strikeout game against Princeton in the state playoffs. Shield is locked into UConn unless the MLB draft sways him. RBC's Alex Stanyek might be one of the most underrated two-way players on the diamond. Stanyek was on the hill when the Casey's won the Shore Conference title and delivered a sparkling 0.82 ERA. He hit .375 while providing tremendous defense in the outfield. The George Washington commit will lead an RBC squad that is littered with elite pitching and Division I prospects. Time for us to take a break. When we come back, it's time to talk lacrosse. We've got the 10 players to watch in boys and girls lax. That's when Jersey Sports Zone TV continues.
I'm the director of the Cancer Center, designated by the National Cancer Institute.
We are here to make an important distinction.
There are cancer centers.
And there are NCI-designated cancer centers.
Recognized for world-class research
and positive impact on their communities.
No single person is going to cure cancer.
It'll take a team effort.
That's what an NCI-designated cancer center is all about. In New Jersey, there's only one. Rutgers Cancer Institute in New Jersey, together with RWJ Barnabas Health.
You don't need to miss any of the action in New Jersey high school sports. Follow Jersey Sports Zone right now on our various social media pages or on our YouTube channel. You can even download our app for free today, available in the Apple and Google Play app stores. Fresh content is posted every single day on JerseySportsZone.com. Don't miss any of the action as it comes from our cameras right to you.
We go into the JSZ archives for a blast from the past, brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates.
Hey everyone, I'm James Mooney. Adama Sanogo has been one of the best big men in the country during UConn's run to the Final Four in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Back in 2020, Jay Cook saw Sanogo lead the Patrick School to a thrilling win over Roselle Catholic.
But we just cannot forget about Adama Sanogo, an absolute monster in the paint in the first half. There's the dunk. 11 rebounds going into the break. But Sanogo was there pacing Patrick School all night long. A beautiful low post move on Amori. The class of 2021 center is a major D1 prospect. Check out this stat line. 17 points and a staggering 23 rebounds.
Blast from the Past is brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates, a proud sponsor of Jersey Sports Zone for the last 5 years. Welcome back to the show. New Jersey has a reputation nationally as a great lacrosse state, and 2023 should be no different. Here's a look at 10 names we're looking forward to seeing this spring on the lax fields. Rumson Fairhaven has climbed the ladder as an elite team well beyond the Shore Conference, and Cole Cashin is the leader of an RFH team that won the Group 2 state championship in 2022. Cashin finished with 59 goals and 23 assists. Cashin had 12 games with 3 or more goals, with a high watermark of 6 against Bridgewater Raritan. Cashin is set to continue his college career in the Ivy League at Yale University.
Hunterdon Central very well may have the Player of the Year on their roster. Sean Crater is one of the state's most dangerous players. He's an elite Fogo with next-level scoring ability who is committed to Maryland. Crater took nearly 300 face-offs and won 77% of them, and then pumped in 36 goals. You'll rarely find him off the field for the Red Devils.
St. Augustine once again projects as South Jersey's top team, and Billy Hughes should lead the way for the Hermits. The senior Cornell commit scored 18 goals and added 8 assists for the Prep in 2022. Hughes scored twice in the non-public A state final, helping the Hermits win their first championship.
The Cardilla name has become synonymous with Bridgewater Raritan lacrosse over the years. This season is no different. Colin Cardilla will be the go-to man for the reigning Group 4 state champions this spring. The senior Rutgers commit delivered 65 goals last year, and he has a very good chance of cracking 100 total points this season. The 2023 season is almost here, and it's officially Mark Marino time in Ramsey. Don Bosco graduated 162 goals from last year's senior group. Marino will become the Ironman's top goal-scoring option this year. The Princeton commit scored 23 goals and 45 total points last year. His best game was a 7-point outing in the Bergen County Final. Expect to see more explosive performances like that this spring. One of New Jersey's most lethal goal scorers is back for one more year. Lindsay Devers scored a staggering 107 goals a season ago. She will once again pace Ridgewood's high-octane offense as the Maroons look to win their 18th straight Bergen County title while also pushing deeper into the state playoffs. Jane Freeman was an integral part to Summit's magical run to win the final TOC in New Jersey history last season. Good thing for the Hilltoppers, she's back for one more year. Freeman's 57 goals were a team high a year ago. A massive core of Summit's lineup returns this season, meaning that number could be even higher for Jane Freeman. There's no limit to what Bella Goodwin can do between the lines. A true all-star midfielder, Goodwin scored at least one goal in every single game for Pingree last season, and she ended up with 87 goals, 56 assists, and 90 draw controls. The Duke commit will once again be a major player to watch.
Delaney Jackson can score in bunches for Cherokee. The senior Loyola commit found the back of the net 81 times for the Chiefs in her junior season. Jackson enters her final high school campaign with 139 career goals, as Cherokee looks to contend in Group 4.
Bridgewater Raritan won the Somerset County title a year ago and brings back one of the state's best all-around players in Kelly McKinney. The future Penn State Nittany Lion had 84 goals, 61 assists, and 79 draw controls. McKinney and the Panthers are back after an 18-2 season and should be in the hunt for a state title in 2023. Jersey Sports Zone's winter sports season coverage closed out with the announcement of our all-zone teams. We honored 144 athletes from hockey, boys basketball, and girls basketball. Log on to jerseysportszone.com now to see video profiles of the best athletes from the winter sports season. Congratulations to everyone who made our all-zone team, as well as our Player of the Year winners. Jersey Sports Zone's all-zone teams are presented by RWJ Barnabas Health.
It's really nice to be in a situation, in a place where there are very good people who take good care of people.
Orthopedics is it's not about saving lives, it's about saving quality of life.
A lot of people, we live high-stress lives, so if you tell someone they can't do something for whatever reason, that's pretty traumatic.
I really take pride in trying to be empathetic and trying to put myself in every patient's shoes.
I want to take care of people like I'd want to take care of my family, and I think that when you do that and give somebody that family feeling and give them your honest opinion for what you would do, they value that.
You can see an urgent care provider 24/7 on any device with our Telemed app. Or use our website to book a virtual visit with an RWJ Barnabas Health Medical Group provider or specialist, even as a new patient. You've taken every precaution, and so have we. So don't delay your care any longer. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
What's going on, everyone? Neri Rodriguez here. By next show, spring sports will be in full swing, pun intended. But this week on the recruiting roundup, we want to spotlight a girls hoop star that was an all-out threat for Rutgers Prep during her final season with the Argonauts. Let's get to know Katie Ledden. The 6'4" forward capped off her final year at Rutgers Prep with yet another dominant performance,
leading the Argonauts in rebounds with 209 and blocks with 54, while finishing second in scoring with 447 points for a career total of 1,334. Ledden's efforts helped lead Prep to back-to-back non-public B South titles and a non-public B championship appearance in her senior season. This fall, Katie Ledden will be New England bound to play for the University of Rhode Island.
It was a New Jersey takeover at the McDonald's All-American game in Houston this week. Camden star and Kentucky commit DJ Wagner wowed the crowd during the boys' game, erupting for 19 points, all in the second half. Wagner earned Most Valuable Player honors for the East team, while Camden teammate Aaron Bradshaw finished with 18 points and 8 rebounds. On the girls' side, Paul VI senior and Notre Dame commit Hannah Hidalgo scored a game-record 26 points and was named MVP of the East team. Quite a night for New Jersey's best on the national stage.
Spring signing day saw athletes across the state make their college choices official. At Red Bank Catholic, 12 Casey's athletes are set to continue their academic and athletic careers at the next level. It's an opportunity to celebrate an incredible accomplishment in front of family and friends.
I feel like the sports community here is so uplifting and we have so much pride in everything that we do. It's just every Friday night football games, Saturday soccer games, Thursdays, like everyone wants to be there and support each other. It's just such an amazing community.
I'm really thankful that I get to play football in a great division, Patriot League, get to play against a lot of my former teammates. A lot of guys who also played in the Patriot League, so I'm thankful for that, and I get a great education as well, so it's awesome.
It feels great to finally be able to sign, especially with two of my teammates right now, and we're all very excited to start the season Monday and have a good game against RFH.
A programming note to pass along: next Sunday, for 1 week only, we move to 12 noon on WLNY TV due to Easter services. We'll see you next week for a 12 noon edition of Jersey Sports Zone TV, and then return to our 11:30 a.m. time slot for the rest of the high school spring sports season. For our team at Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next Sunday for more New Jersey high school sports on Jersey Sports Zone TV.
I'm the director of the Cancer Center, designated by the National Cancer Institute.
We are here to make an important distinction.
There are cancer centers.
And there are NCI-designated cancer centers.
Recognized for world-class research
and positive impact on their communities.
No single person is going to cure cancer.
It'll take a team effort.
That's what an NCI-designated cancer center is all about. In New Jersey, there's only one. Rutgers Cancer Institute in New Jersey, together with RWJ Barnabas Health.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
The proceeding was a paid program presented by Jersey Sports Zone and RWJ Barnabas Health.